In this exercise, we will be observing a set of rooms, moving through it in order to affirm concepts of movement and perspective. Find a comfortable seat or place to stand. We will face east for the sake of a stable reference point. At this point, you should be accustomed to our preparation process, sinking the breath through an aligned body, emptying the sense organs and bases, and opening inductive zones in the feet, hands, and lower abdomen. We will add to those zones 2 points. On the center of the forehead, just above the midpoint between the eyes, yin tongue, the seal hall of impression. And its opposite on the back of the head, just above the occipital protuberance. That's the skull feature, the little raised bit on the head above the dip where the neck meets the skull, about level with the top of the ears. Now hu, the brain's door, or window, if you prefer. Locate these points and prepare to trigger the response with 3 breaths, stacked into one. In and in and in, then long out, falling the inhabitant backward as though into a cool basin of water. There is the feeling of yin tongue on the front and now hu on the back of the head, and they are still distance from each other. The palms and feet opening in their subtle way without stretching. The solar plexus rising in character, if not position. The center of weight should be somewhere between the umbilicus and the bottom of the pelvis. Elbows, shoulders, hips and knees, head over heart, over pelvis, over feet, all together. This is alignment of the movement before movement, as well as proper structural physical position. Your breath should be soundless, effortless. The breath expands the abdomen, drawing something else into the body with the air. This air sinks down with its density. The breath goes out. The breath expands the abdomen, collecting that density. The out-breath closes that space, compressing without effort. New air fills the chest, filling that basin again. The out-breath closes the space, but not completely. The space remains. The density within the basin grows smaller and more profound. We are suspended in our space. We set mindfulness around us as void. We feel the distance ahead of us and to our sides. No particular distance. We are in the center of a cubic space, no different than our previous exercises. No characteristics, no visualization, but volume. Ahead, there is a doorway and a similar room. Doorway meaning an opening in the wall that extends to the floor and is passable. A cubic space ahead. To the left and the right, it is the same. 4 rooms in total, 1 in the center, 1 forward, 1 to each side. Acknowledge the distance between yourself and the doorway ahead of you. Extend this distance once, and that's the center of the room ahead. Extend it once more, and that's the far wall. There is essentially 3 times that distance ahead of you and 1 behind. You are 25% of the way along a quartered line from one consideration. Disregard this and take a breath. Without turning, acknowledge the distance between yourself and the relative center of the room to your right, to the south. Bring the attention back to your location. Look ahead into the center of the forward room to the east. Hold out the right hand, finding in it a small candle. Shape, color, doesn't matter. Focus on the flame itself, its compact, upright shape. Hold the arm out, physically too if it helps, as though you are placing it on a surface ahead of you. Bring the hand away, and there it is on the floor in the next room. Next, you will shift your location laterally, while still facing forward, to the center of the south room to your right, but as you do so, the inner gaze must be specific. The candle flame currently sits in the center of sight in the distance. When you shift, allow the after image of that intense light to carry over with you. So you will see the after image ahead of you and the candle flame diagonal to you in the east room, forming a triangle of sorts. Establish this vantage point and hold that triangular relationship with the twin lights. Do this over the next minute. You are in the south room, facing east, with one phantom image of the fire in front of you, and an awareness of the candle flame in the east room. This triangle extends outside of the rooms we have established. What you are seeing is at relatively the same distance in your vision as the east light was from you when you were in the center room, thus placing the after image of the candle somewhere out beyond the wall of the south room. Out there, it is simply void, just like the void within the rooms, undifferentiated by the limits we've placed by establishing 4 cubic rooms. Place a third candle at your feet, in the center of this south room. Try trading places with the flame out there, forming the right angle between yourself and the east room. This point would be the center of another room, but given there is no room here, turn around and focus on the arbitrary outside of the rooms that we established, so turning to face the outside wall of the south room and the outside wall of the east room, as it were, forming a corner. In those walls, place large windows. Windows being an opening in the center of the wall that does not extend to the floor or become a doorway. There's no need for sills or frames or any detail or style or panes, but now you can justify seeing through an opening on either wall. Facing the corner from the outside, standing at the right angle formed by these lines, such that you have the south candle to your left and the east candle equidistant on the right, turn slightly to face the south candle. Then move laterally to the right to come to rest at the east candle, facing your original place and the back wall. Turn around, either by turning one way or the other, or try inverting 180 degrees as we did in the last exercise to face east, and then return backward to the starting point. You are standing in the center of a cubic space, with a room in front of you to the east, with a candle placed in its center. There is a similar room to your left, and a similar room to your right, with a candle placed at its center. Next, you will extend your right hand as though to place a candle down at your feet. Within that motion, there are two parts. There is the arcing of the hand up and sort of forward, and the sweeping down and forward of the body toward the floor. These directional movements happen at the same time, converging to fully reach the floor. We will make a move in each part of that gesture. Upon the forward arc of the hand and the starting forward, we see the flame of the candle that we're holding merge in our eye line with the phantom flame that is actually well ahead of us in the east, as if we are placing a copy on itself. Laid along this image activity is the feeling of over-there-ness of the right hand in its arc and the forward bend, merging our candle with the out-there phantom flame in the void we just occupied, as if we are standing in our original spot and also placing the candle out there. Peer down at the emptiness of floor beneath you. Finding yourself holding the candle again, place it there in your original spot at your feet. You should now be aware of 3 lights placed in this arrangement. One ahead of you, one to the right, one at your feet, and the suggestion of one in the void, forming a square. Facing the east light, mirror this arrangement to your left, so the northern light in the northern room and the light acknowledged in the northeast emptiness hold flames for a total of 6. Standing equidistant from each light as you are, face the non-room out there in the northeast, really facing the corner of the square room you started in. Facing east, look down again at the candle in your starting position. Focus on the flame, everything else falls away. There is closed space behind you. Now there is open space behind you and closed space in front. Closed space to the left. Close the space to the right. Open the space to the left. Open the space to the front. Come backwards into your body and open your eyes. Thank you for participating in this exercise.